Now at 10, sentencing for a Joplin woman who killed 2 people in a DWI crash. Plus, we talked to some four-staters about rising rental costs and a warning about area fire dangers.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A Joplin woman is sentenced for killing a Joplin couple in a DWI crash. This is KOAM News at 10. Authorities say in January of last year, Rita Glasgow was intoxicated when she drove a stolen pickup into an SUV. Terry and Rhonda Koppel of Joplin both died from injuries in that crash. Well, now a judge has sentenced Glasgow to 23 years in prison for driving while intoxicated. Glasgow is already serving a 7-year prison sentence for other drug crimes. The sentences will run at the same time. Authorities have released the name of a man who was shot in Joplin yesterday afternoon. Police received a call of gunshots at 1201 East Hill Street before 4 yesterday. They found 47-year-old Daniel Samuels of Joplin with gunshot wounds. Originally, he was listed as critical. Authorities now say he is in stable condition. Police have not made any arrests. A Joplin woman is accused of firing a gun from one car toward a person in another car. Police arrested 20-year-old Cameron McCain at a Joplin home. They say a caller reported that McCain fired a gunshot at her from a car at the intersection of 7th Street and South Wall Avenue in Joplin just before midnight last night. No one was hurt. The realty company CoStar Group says rent prices are climbing nationwide. It's not as bad here as in some places, but prices are still higher than they were a couple of years ago. KOAM's Yana Hautala spoke with a Joplin woman who's been struggling to find affordable housing.
If you're not taking care of it and it's been empty all this time, but I'm expected to when I move in, like how is that even fair?
Janae Rowe from Joplin says she's having trouble finding a quality house at a reasonable price. Since 2019, the rent prices in Jasper County have went up 5%. Janae says there needs to be more balance between what you pay for and what you get.
You see all these places that are for rent and you're like, okay, cool, like it's within my budget, like yeah, and then you go out and look at it and it's like, I don't want to live here. This one place didn't have, paint was chipping, the bathtub had black like mold stains like all through it. Like no one's gonna rent a place like that.
Janae has been living with friends while she has been looking for places on Facebook Market for about 4 months now. Becky Wooderman of the Purpose Home Repair in Joplin, an organization that helps Joplin's homeless community, says the issue with the quality of housing can come down to supply and demand, with landlords knowing they have the supply.
They kind of got everybody over a barrel. It's like, well, I know I can rent to the next person, so I don't need to lower my rent here or do something extra for them because they know somebody else is going to be knocking on their door tomorrow wanting to look at the place.
Wooderman says the issue isn't easy to solve. Stricter rules and more city inspections on properties could be a catch-22.
Monthly inspections or quarterly inspections on all these rental properties to see if the landlord's keeping them up. But if they fail one, then they have to condemn the property or evict these people from where they're living because the place is not sanitary or something like that. And then it just increases a more homeless problem.
In Joplin, Yana Hautala, KOAM News.
According to CoStar Group estimates, since 2019, rent prices have risen less in Crawford and Newton counties than elsewhere. Mortgage rates might also climb higher after the Fed's latest interest rate hike. We're going to have more on that for you a little bit later. Right now, some of us have gotten some rain. We're all hoping for more. Doug Hetty.
Yeah, it'd be really great if we could get widespread rain, but we're getting scattered showers and thunderstorms, and that's better than no rain, and those chances are going to stick around. Super hot again today, but we didn't hit 100. First time in over a week. We'll definitely take that. Record high 105 on this date. Scattered thunderstorms earlier this evening, especially in our southern counties. We had numerous severe thunderstorm warnings, and now we have some additional ones trying to pop back up south of Springfield, over into Berry County, and then down through Benton County, McDonald County, and also some more trying to flare up out to our west. So we are going to see chances increasing again, especially after midnight. Here's 3 o'clock in the morning, and look how they expand to start the day. This is good news. We need scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. Plus, we're getting some relief from the heat over the next few days. We'll break it all down for you here in just a bit.
See you soon. While some areas have gotten rain, others do remain dry, and some fire officials say they're dealing with a lot of calls for grass fires. KOAM Segumba Medele has more.
As we continue in one of the hottest summers ever recorded, firefighters are warning about the dangers of grass fires.
What I can tell you right now is we're responding to several grass fires a day, and with the conditions that we're experiencing with the drought, we're having to help our neighbors and they're having to help us on almost all of those fires. So it becomes a team approach at this point.
Kit Stammer, the director of Joplin Jasper County Emergency Management, explained why it is a problem.
The problem with grass fires and heat is the heat dries out the grass and it becomes extremely dry to the point that any kind of a spark can ignite it.
Stammer says there are different causes for the blaze.
Many of the sources of ignition for grass fires include cigarettes, perhaps a hot muffler on a vehicle, somebody deciding to burn when it's unbelievably hot outside and the fire gets away from them.
Stammer also says people should pay attention to anything that can ignite the fire around them. In Joplin, Segumba Medele, KOAM News.
Officials also say people should avoid burning even when it cools down or rains because it's going to take some time to overcome this drought. Freeman Hospital in Joplin is hosting a health academy for high school students who are interested in health care. The participants job shadowed a variety of positions throughout the hospital. Students had to apply to enter the academy. When the week is over, the students will receive a certificate showing they completed the academy. The Ronald McDonald House in Joplin is celebrating their 24th birthday. In the month leading up to the 24th anniversary, the organization launched a 24/7 support campaign. The campaign celebrates and honors the qualities shown by supporters 24/7, 365 days a year for the past 24 years.
So today we're really honoring our guests who are guests with us here. You know, we have a guest that's going home with her twins. That's always a celebratory note, yes.
To learn more about the 24-year program, go to the Ronald McDonald House Facebook page. Coming up, how some area kids are getting free meals. Plus, Dairy Queen partners with the Children's Miracle Network with some sweet treats. Free or reduced price lunch provided by schools are a necessity for some students during the school year, but what happens when students go home for the summer? Well, the Federal Summer Meals Program has provided boxed meals to 11 sites around Kansas to help solve the hunger issue. Students or their guardians are able to pick up a box once a week from the nearest site. As of today, the Girard, Kansas volunteers at the public library have served a total of 1,060 boxes to local youth this summer.
So as a mom of 5, I find this program very helpful. You know, during the summer, the kids are always hungry, wanting snacks upon snacks, and this box that we get from here is a great source to help fuel them. And then it also comes with milk, and my 5 and 3-year-old go through a gallon of milk every other day. So it's just amazing to have that for free.
Today was the last day the Girard site served boxes for this summer. To learn more about that program, go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. No better way to beat this heat than to create a sweet treat. Local Children's Miracle Network champion Nora Beechner created her own blizzard at Dairy Queen to promote the network's upcoming Miracle Treat Day. Dairy Queen is providing an opportunity to donate to CMN, and all you have to do is buy a frozen treat from Dairy Queen tomorrow.
It's very exciting to me. I'm very glad to help other kids.
Good for you, Nora. Nora's blizzard was a real doozy. It used cookie dough, Oreo, caramel, and a little bit of cotton candy. That's the secret, I think, is the cotton candy. Tomorrow night, there's also going to be a car show and family fun night at the 32nd Street Dairy Queen. That'll be from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. I want to check it out. The Federal Reserve raised interest rates for the 4th time since March as it continues to battle record inflation. Americans can expect to see business loans, mortgages, and credit card rates go up, but the rate hike could also help bring prices down. Reporter Danya Bacchus has details.
The Federal Reserve raised its benchmark interest rate by 0.75 of a point on Wednesday as it works to rein in inflation.
We're not trying to have a recession, and we don't think we have to. We think that there's a path for us to be able to bring inflation down while sustaining a strong labor market.
Chairman Jerome Powell says more hikes are likely as the central bank tries to slow rising prices.
We understand how painful it is, particularly for people who are living paycheck to paycheck.
Consumer prices shot up more than 9% in June, far higher than the Fed's 2% target. That's forced Kristen Boyven to cut back on her family's groceries.
We are not buying anything extra. We're buying only what we need to provide the meals that we allot for.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says the Fed's actions should have an impact soon.
What is clear is that prices are heading lower. How fast that happens is unknown.
On Thursday, the Commerce Department releases new quarterly gross domestic product figures. Wall Street expects to see a second straight quarter of negative growth, a traditional sign of a recession.
For many Americans, it doesn't matter. We can label it whatever we want.
But with the unemployment rate at a 50-year low, Schlesinger says the strong job market can protect consumers.
What we really have to keep an eye on is the labor market. That is a sharp tip and the indicator of where we head next.
The Federal Reserve's next chance to raise rates will be at its September meeting. Danya Backus, CBS News.
Now, this evening, Senate Democrats moved one vote closer to passing a bill that they hope will fight inflation, lower health care costs, and fund climate and energy programs. West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin reversed his stance from earlier this month when he expressed worries the spending would increase inflation. Without any GOP support, that bill needs all 50 Democrats to vote yes. Some moderate Democrats have yet to announce their position. A little bit later, a new drink coming to Pitt State football games.
What does a brewery and a gorilla have in common? I'm Jalen Banks with your answer.
Plus, we have more thunderstorms in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, of course, another hot one for us today, but improvements as high temperatures into the upper 90s during the afternoon. And we did get some scattered showers and thunderstorms, which is always nice to see because we are super dry, so we really need it. And chances continue over the next few days. Nice shot. This is Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, of course, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. Look at the July recap. I mean, this is impressive. At least we didn't hit 100 today, but still 97, but 25 of the 27 days so far this month have been above average for this time of the year. All right, some scattered thunderstorms earlier today, especially in our southern counties. Had numerous severe thunderstorm warnings, and now we got additional scattered thunderstorms which are starting to pop back up. And a few of these could pack a little bit of a punch. So here's Springfield to Branson, then we can head down through Berry County, Cassville to Table Rock Lake, Benton County. One little guy just to the south of Granby. We have a couple more starting to get going toward Veneta and over toward Jay. So these are kind of popping up a little bit over the past couple hours, and that's good news. As we'll get additional thunderstorms in here later on tonight. I also think they're going to increase just to the south of Wichita a little bit later on tonight. Numerous waves heading in our direction, very weak waves, but enough to kind of fire off these thunderstorms for about the next 3 days. All right, temperatures earlier today, at least we didn't hit 100 for most of us. We did have triple-digit heat in our southern counties, and the areas that kind of got those thunderstorms kind of kept you down just a little bit. Upper 70s, lower 80s right now, but it is muggy. It is sticky. We're sitting at 82, feels like 87, dew point at 72 when you get into the 70s in the summer months. Not really the best of news. Let's go through time. Through the overnight hours tonight, scattered thunderstorms continue to pop up. Better likelihood of this happening along and south of I-44 as we go through the overnight hours, and then watch them start to get going out across the state line of Kansas and Oklahoma late tonight. Here's 3 a.m. Look how they kind of blossom. 5, 6, 7 a.m. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, a lot of you are going to be getting some very much needed rain. Scattered thunderstorms, kind of hit and miss throughout the day. A little bit of a break early afternoon, then they kind of fire up again late in the day. So this will keep our temperatures down a little bit more. If we can get a few more scattered thunderstorms, we'll hold near 90. If not, we'll reach about 93. All right, heading into tomorrow night, scattered thunderstorms again across the region all the way into Friday morning. So, of course, this is good news. I think most of Friday looks pretty good, and then Friday afternoon into Friday evening, additional rounds of scattered showers and thunderstorms. None of these are going to be a wall of rain, but at least some rain. And the areas that get rain could get a pretty decent amount. It's kind of hard to pinpoint down exactly where each storm will pop up, but a lot of you over the next few days will get a ½ inch to an inch, maybe 2 inches of rain. 93 tomorrow, only 80 on Friday, only 80 on Saturday. Best chances for rain from tonight into Saturday morning. Still some scattered thunderstorms on Sunday, and then Mother Nature starts to turn the faucet back off next week and crank the heat back up.
In the meantime, he's saying you cannot pinpoint precisely how much rain I'm going to get on my lawn.
Correct.
Wow.
I'll give you an idea.
Yeah, at least there's a good prospect for all of us in
Yes.
the coming days. Thanks, Doug. Beer and gorillas might sound like a couple of things that don't generally go together, but KOAM's Joplin Banks shares a story that might change your mind.
Normally, when you think of gorillas, you do not think of beer, but that will soon change. Pitt State University is partnering with Jolly Fox Brewery for the school's first licensed beer. Pitt State and the Jolly Fox Brewery have been planning on this project for over a year, and they plan on releasing it this fall.
Just to create something unique for Pittsburgh. A lot of businesses work together in Pittsburgh. Creates a great community environment, and it's enjoyable for everyone.
There are over 10 universities across the country with an officially licensed beer, and this beverage is made just for Gorilla Nation. Its name, the Golden Gorilla Ale.
So, when they approached me, they kind of wondered what we should do, and, it's crimson and gold. I thought, a golden ale was the most opportune thing to brew. So, and it's just an easy drinking beer that's not bitter, it's not, overly flavorful, it's very balanced.
The university plans to have the ale up and running this fall for sporting events with plans to make it a staple.
We plan on working together with PSU for years to come. It's something that we can do every football season, or if we all think that, hey, let's do it year round, let's do it year round. It's nothing, there's no time constraint on this. It's not a one-time deal. We've established this relationship, so let's keep it going.
In Pittsburgh, Joplin Banks, KOAM News.
The university plans to sell the beverage at concessions just in time for the football season. And speaking of football, Jacob here now with sports, and the Kansas City Chiefs hold their first full team practice today.
Yeah, the Chiefs hit the field today in St. Joe. We're going to talk about some new faces on the defensive side, plus the Joplin Outlaws get a shot at the defending champs for the Mink League title. We'll hear from the team next. The Joplin Outlaws have earned a spot in the Mink League Championship Series. The Outlaws will face the St. Joe Mustangs in a 3-game series to determine this year's league champion. Now, Joplin earned their spot in the championship series by beating Jeff City 4-2 last night to claim a division title. Now, they have the tough task of facing a St. Joe team that's won 7 of the last 12 Mink League titles. Now, here's head coach Gonzalo Gonzalez on winning a division championship and earning a chance at the league title.
It means a lot, especially for the city of Joplin. The community, the city itself has done a great job of supporting us all year long, no matter if it's midweek games or weekend games. So to be able to do it for the city of Joplin and Mr. Raines, who's a great owner, it means a lot to us. I think we're at the point now where these guys are really doing it for each other. I mean, it means something to them. It may be summer ball, but we've all sacrificed to get to this point. So to see these guys playing together and playing for one another, it truly means a lot.
The Kansas City Royals finish up their 3-game series with the Angels this afternoon. The two teams have split the first 2 games of the series, with each team winning a shutout. The Kansas City looking for a 4-2 start to the second half of the season. 5th inning fly ball to right, MJ Melendez. Hard into the wall. Ball is loose. That turns into an RBI triple. Take another look. Looked pretty bad, but Melendez would stay in the game for Kansas City. Didn't get much better for the Royals. Next batter, Brandon Marsh, goes the other way for the single to score the runner. Angels go up 2-0. They would go on to win this one in a shutout 4-0. As for the St. Louis Cardinals, they aim to avoid a third straight loss today against the Blue Jays. Cards are without both Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt, who are unvaccinated, couldn't make the trip to Canada. That's okay. Albert Pujols saved the day. Cards win 6-1. Pujols 3 for 4 with a double, a home run, and 3 RBIs. The Kansas City Chiefs held their first full team practice today at training camp in St. Joe. Now, fans got a first chance to see and hear from some of the team's new players. On the defensive side, safety Justin Reed talked today about coming over from Houston and being part of a Chiefs defense with plenty of new faces.
This is a new look defense, you could say. We have a lot of new faces coming in, being and starting, and a lot of guys who are gritty and been hungry for the opportunity to prove their worth and show who they are as players. So we want to be an attitude defense. We want to come out and set the tempo. We want to be physical. We want to be dominant. When it comes down to the end of the game, when we have a lead, we want to be the ones that finish it and not have to rely on offense to go out and do anything.
And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news right after this.
Take time now to honor a local Korean War veteran. On this Korean War Veterans Day, James Blackburn served in the U.S. Army in 1951 and 52. His hometown, St. Paul, Kansas, and we are proud to salute Sergeant James Blackburn, a four-state hero. Bring on the rain. Some of you have gotten some today or yesterday, and more of us, we hope, will be getting some in the days ahead.
Yeah, we got scattered thunderstorms, which are going to be picking up as we go through the overnight hours. So kind of just rounds of scattered storms over the next several days. Also with the clouds, this is going to keep our temperatures down. 93 tomorrow, 80 Friday, 80 Saturday, and then we heat back up next week.
And of course, rain requires humidity, so that's...
Yeah, it's real sticky.
That is the price we pay. Yeah. Final sports note.
How about a couple? The Kansas City Royals trade Andrew Benintendi to the New York Yankees tonight for 3 minor league players. Also, go to our Facebook page. We got some mic'd up stuff from Webb City Little League Baseball that I think you will enjoy.
Yeah, it is a great clip, Little League Baseball. Check it out. Don't forget our morning show starts at 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.